Good afternoon, my friends. Grim here. I hope you are doing very well today. Thank you very much for watching the first ever chapter of this story-driven Skyrim series. I'm really excited to be doing this, to be featuring non-Magic the Gathering gameplay for the first time ever on this channel. So, I've played Skyrim a little bit in the past, not an enormous amount though. So I'm no expert, but I am familiar with the world, and we are going to play, truly, roleplay. We're going to play, again, a story-driven playthrough. Let's begin with a brand new character. So, if you are discovering this channel for the first time, in search of Skyrim content, thank you very much for watching. Happy to have you here. If you're a Magic viewer, you might be a little bit confused, but do not be alarmed, for we, my friends, are entering the world of Skyrim, which is arguably my favorite game of all time. Haven't played it in a while. The only thing I've really done since I got it on this computer is mess around just a little bit with it to make sure that I can run it, that I'm recording it okay. I'm going to talk a little bit over this opening cutscene, but, you know, for those of you who've never seen it before, I'll sum up in case we miss anything relevant. I just want to give a few caveats here. Number one, I've never recorded anything besides Magic on this channel before. There are going to be some hiccups the first time around. If my audio's out of balance, please do let me know any suggestions you have on that. I'm also trying to figure out display stuff. There might...
Finally awake.
Hey you, Rayloff, I am finally awake. There might be a little flickering up near the top of the screen. For that, I apologize. Tried to figure out how to sort that out before the game. Recording was to be made, but I'm running low on time, and hopefully it won't be that bad. Hopefully you'll forgive it for the first time out.
It's these storm cloaks the Empire wants.
We're all brothers and sisters in binds now, thief.
Shut up back there.
What's wrong with him, huh?
Watch your tongue. You're speaking to Ulfric Stormcloak, the true High King.
Ulfric? The Jarl of Windhelm? You're the leader of
The
the
very
rebellion.
same.
But if they captured you... Oh gods, where are they taking us?
I don't know where we're going, but Sovngarde awaits.
Rayloff, you can tell Rayloff is such a good man.
This isn't happening.
Hey, what village are you from, horse thief?
Why do you care?
A Nord's last thoughts should be of home.
That's right.
Rorikstead. I'm from Rorikstead.
This game is so beautiful, even though it's 10 years old, and even though I might be recording a little choppily here for you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mara, Cabela,
There'll be a steep learning
Akatosh.
curve for me with this type of stuff, but I hope it's adequate for our debut here. I already have a character planned. When we get to the character creation screen shortly, I'm gonna not be just like, oops, I forgot that I need to do this.
I bet they had something to do with this.
So yeah, guys, the goal here is fun. The goal here is fun, immersion, it's kind of a serious roleplay, but with, you know, not being so far as to never break character or anything like that. And also with some real-life asides, hopefully some amusing commentary here for you. But essentially, for those who are unfamiliar with Skyrim, we are being hauled to our prospective execution here. We've been captured by Imperial soldiers. We are, respectively, a Stormcloak warrior named Rayloff, the High King, leader of the Stormcloak Rebellion, Ulfric, and a common horse thief. We are the fourth member of the party, our character and disposition yet to be determined.
Why do you think? End of the line.
End of the line, horse thief, end of the line.
Let's go. Shouldn't keep the gods waiting for us.
No, wait, we're not rebels.
Face your death with some courage, thief.
You've got to tell them we weren't with you. This is a mistake.
Step towards the block when we call your name. One at a time.
Empire loves their damn lists.
Ulfric Stormcloak, Jarl of Windhelm.
It has been an honor, Jarl Ulfric.
Yes, indeed.
Ralof of Riverwood. Lokir of Rorikstead.
No, I'm not a rebel. You can't do this.
Halt!
You're not gonna kill me.
That's where you're wrong, my friend.
Anyone else feel like running?
Wait. You there. Step forward.
Alright guys, here's our time. Here's our time to shine. We're gonna create a character. Now, like I said, I do have a character in mind. We are gonna spend a little while on this because we're going to be living this guy's life for quite some time. There is no need to rush character creation. It is one of the most fascinating aspects of any game, I find, or, you know, if you're playing a card game, deck building, this type of thing. So we are going to be a Nord, and we're going to be a Nord warrior, so it's going to be a relatively straightforward, like, race and class for the context of Skyrim, but, you know, maybe just briefly for those who haven't played this game before, you can be all kinds of stuff. You can be a Khajiit, you can be different races of men, such as Imperials, we've got High Elves, Dark Elves, we've got Bretons, Argonians, the lizard people, and we've also got Orcs, which an Orc was tempting, especially if we're taking a melee path, Redguard, and the third kind of black sheep of the Elven clans, I suppose, at least in most lores, the Wood Elves, but we are, as said, going to be a Nord. We're going to be a male, and we are going to be a warrior. So, with that in mind, let's toggle a little bit through the presets here. Find one a little bit, you know, the closest to our vision to build off of, and I think it's this one. Now, if you read the description on the previous page, it says Nords are tall, hardy, fair-haired people, something like this. Cold resistance is one of our innate abilities when we are Nords. I think I'm feeling a little bit of a darker-haired vibe, though, so I don't want to stray too far from the, you know, normal look, or the normal phenotype, if you will. Maybe we'll make ourselves a little more ruddy, I guess. But I feel like I want to play a dark-haired dude. You know, even the skinny Nords have a wiry, muscly build, right? But we want a beefcake here, I think, don't we? We want a guy who can, you know, deadlift 4 plates for reps or something like this. So let's go just one shy of the maxed out weight. I think that could be fun. Getting into the, you know what? Before I get into the nitty-gritty of the face, actually, where do we change the hair? Because we got to figure out the hair color and style. Everything else is just a detail. I kind of like the default hairstyle with this preset here. Actually, we'll look at some others, but I think I'm going to stick with it. This one's kind of cool, too. I don't really want, like, the shaved side vibe or anything like that. I think we want long hair. This was the default one. There's a few good long-haired ones. Oh, too many to choose. Let's choose the color first, then. This kind of whitish blonde hair is definitely pretty cool. And definitely very in keeping, but I think I want, like, maybe a chocolatey brown style hair. Like I said, we're going to take our time with this, but it's important stuff. That's a nice looking hair color. Alright. And the beard, I think I want this exact beard. So let's figure out which hairstyle best suits the color in the beard. I like that one. These ones probably look a little cooler from the side than they do from the front. A little poofy if you look at it from the front, but all very respectable indeed. I myself am not really capable of growing a sweet lion's mane like this. I like better with short hair, so we've got a LARP as a long-haired Viking type. Maybe we'll go with this one. I think this one's kind of the best of both worlds. It's a handsome style. Alright. So with that set, now we go back to doing some of the details here. We made the complexion a little ruddier. I don't think I'm so into the dirt thing, you know, we're gonna keep the face clean. It's a bit of a myth that people were just filthy in medieval periods all the time. You know, hygiene was a real thing. And, do we want any scars? Probably. Probably. Ooh, that's pretty cool. So it's going to be scars. We could also do war paint, but, you know, I think having both is a little bit excessive. And war paint, there's a time and a place for, but with our character here, I think maybe these scars will suffice. Maybe we're kind of tribally unaffiliated. No war paint is the logical conclusion of that. Looks like a good nose. Straight, kind of hawk-like nose. I like it. How about some more jaw width? How about we just make it into a Giga Chad meme with the most massive jaw and chin possible? Giga Chad, is that you? Alright, just a tad shy of that. What is jaw height? What does that even mean? It's like the location of that mandibular joint or whatever it is. Okay. We'll put the jaw forward. Cheekbones look fine as is, basically. Maybe just moderate it a little bit. Laugh lines. Does our character even know how to laugh? I'm not sure, but we'll give a little bit of a laugh line around the mouth. I think everything else there is fine. We're looking pretty cool, you gotta say. I think I like the eyes as they are. I might just look at the colors that are on offer and then not really do much beyond that. Oops, I didn't mean to change the shape. Where were we? I don't even remember which one. Let's change the color to something more like what we had before, and then find a right shape from there. Was it this one? Maybe. I think it was that one. Anyway, whatever. If it wasn't that one, it is now, and it's good enough. So, eye color. Because we've darkened the hair, maybe we want to keep the eyes light in keeping with the typical Nord look. We have to remain realistic, you know, we're being story-driven here. We've got to keep it real. I don't want to be blinded in one eye, although it's cool to have that option and it looks pretty sweet. I think we're going to go with these, like, gray eyes. These, like, icy gray eyes. Very piercing, very intimidating. I do like it. We'll increase the width a little bit, just a little bit, to make it more even-featured. Everything else is looking pretty good. I don't know if we need any kind of shadow under the eyes. Maybe a little bit of a haunted look, right? But we'll clear up those under-eye bags. Now we're looking very handsome. Ruggedly handsome. The brow looks fine to me. Not even gonna really mess with it. Mouth, once again, pretty fine. Maybe we Giga Chad the chin up a little bit, even though you can't see it under the beard. And lip color, I don't know. Maybe something like that. Okay, my friends, I think we've made our character, and I have... Finish and name your character, okay. I have come prepared with a name. The name is Halvar. Here we are. The story of Halvar begins right here, right now. I looked up Norse names.
What should we do? He's not on the list.
And by look up,
Forget the list.
I mean
He
deep
goes to the
research
front.
involving the very first Google hit, right? And
sorry.
settled on Halvar, which
least you'll
if I
die
recall means Defender of the Rock, or something
Follow
like
the
this.
captain, prisoner.
Which is pretty cool. It's not overly pretentious, but it sounds very cool to the kind of Anglosphere speaker that I am. I do have Scandinavian friends who have said that, like, hearing all these supposedly epic Norse names is the equivalent of me hearing the name Fred or George, right? But it's still pretty cool. Anyway, let's listen to the info dump here.
This war, plunged Skyrim into chaos, and now the Empire is going to put you down and restore the peace.
Or are they?
What was that?
It's nothing. Carry on.
Yes, General Tullius. Give them their last rites.
As we commend your souls to Aetherius, blessings of the 8 divines upon
For the love of Talos, shut up and let's get this over.
learn our... As you wish.
Come on! I haven't got all morning.
The man has no patience for
My
formalities,
ancestors are
even at his
smiling
own
at me,
death.
Imperials. Can you say the same?
One of the most iconic lines, my ancestors are smiling at me, Imperials. Can you say the same? Very rough, though. Very sad to see.
Justice!
Death to the Stormcloaks!
As fearless in death as he was in life.
Next, the Nord and the Rags.
The Nord and the Rags, I think that's
There it is
us.
again.
But do you hear that in the distance, my friends? What is
I
that?
said, next prisoner.
To the block, prisoner. Nice and easy.
Don't trip over that beheaded corpse.
What in oblivion is that?
There it is, our unintentional savior.
See?
It's in the cloud!
Keep it down, people!
Hey, Kinsman, get up! Come on, the dogs won't give us another chance.
Okay, here we go, guys. Use WASD to move. Very apocalyptic feeling right now, is it not? So this kind of functions as a tutorial of sorts, right? We're escaping from the Helgen
Legends don't burn down villages.
and learning how to play the game at the same time.
We need to move, now! Up through the tower. Let's go!
Up through the tower, go, go, go. Teach me how to jump, Rayloff.
See the inn on the other side. Jump through the roof and keep going. Go! We'll follow when we can.
There we go.
Just one toward... Hammond, you need to get over here. Now! That boy, you're doing great. Torol! God! Everyone get back! Still alive, prisoner? Keep close to me if you want to stay that way. Gunnar, take care of the boy. I have to find General Tullius and join the defense. Gods guide you, Halvar.
Still coming.
The carnage.
Stay close to the wall!
You know, I've never thought dragons were all that cool, as far as fantasy settings go. Because I've always kind of identified with regular people who rise above their circumstances, or generally with humanoids, you know, even if they're like elves or something like this. And to me it renders the heroics of individual soldiers
It's you and me,
mostly redundant if a dragon can just wipe them out. I don't think it's like super cool if a dragon can kill 10,000 guys. It's like, yeah, that's kind of rough actually. I prefer to see a pitched battle between two armies than that. That said, this dragon we owe a great deal of gratitude to.
Stopping us this time.
Fine. I hope that dragon takes you all to Sovngarde.
Alright friends, so enter the keep with Halvar or Rayloff. We're gonna go with Rayloff because Rayloff is very likable. Not that Halvar is unlikable. And also we are going to, I think, plan to join the Stormcloaks, but the beauty of this story-driven Skyrim experience will be that number one, what happens to us in the game will dictate the evolution of our character, and number two, you the viewer can help dictate the path of our character as well. Leave your comments below with what you'd like to see us do.
Made it.
But
That thing was a dragon, no doubt. Just like the children's stories and the legends. The harbingers of the end times. We better get moving. Come here. Let me see if I can get those bindings off.
There you go.
You may as well take Gunyar's gear. He won't be needing it anymore.
Thank you, Gunyar.
All right.
Tab for inventory, okay.
Get that armor on, and give that axe a few
Yeah.
swings. I'm going to see if I can find some way out of here.
So have I not equipped the X? There we go.
Ah, this one's locked. Let's see about that gate.
Yeah, you know, I am going to join the Stormcloaks because it's what most Nords would do in this situation. I think it's what most of them ended up doing in the story. And also with the
It's the Imperials. Take cover.
with the way the opening sequence plays out, I think you're kind of meant to feel more sympathy with the Stormcloaks, right? Because Ralof is so likable,
Don't let those stormcloaks get away.
and the High King Ulfric gives you no particular reason to dislike him, and your first experience with the Imperials is them just like executing some pretty cool people. So
Maybe one of these Imperials have the key.
I think realistically a warrior-minded Nord would be, you know, throwing in his lot with the Stormcloaks at this particular time. Now, let's take a moment to re-equip a few things. Like I said, I am definitely no Skyrim expert, but I do remember a little bit about the game, and one of the things that you do is level up lots of skills like you do with most RPGs, right? And to that end, I know we're going to be wearing a lot of heavy armor, and like long term, and that's a heavy armor is a skill tree, so we're going to wear some heavy armor right now. However, the other thing that I know is that I think I want to be a two-handed sword wielder, or a two-handed weapon wielder in general. And to that end, if we were really trying to min-max, we wouldn't even use this one-handed weapon, right? This is just my understanding of it, because, you know, we could level it up. When we level up a skill, the game gets harder. And if we're not going to use the one-handed skill tree long-term, then we're kind of not being optimal. But again, this is about the story. This is not about min-maxing or otherwise optimizing. Let's get after it. Ooh, very nice. I swapped from the axe to the sword because I do happen to think that swords are pretty cool.
See if you can find any potions.
I envision us using a two-handed greatsword, right? But whether or not that actually happens remains to be seen.
We'll need them.
We're switching over, I think, to all heavy armor now. Yup. Better armor rating, better for our long-term plans. When I first played Skyrim, I was picking everything up. Like, I picked up all these wooden bowls and everything. I now know enough to know that you probably don't need to do that. Picking up these potions is pretty awesome, though.
Done? Let's get moving.
All right, Ralof.
Troll's blood. It's a torture room. Hear that?
And to further my earlier point about how, you know, your first impression of the Imperials is not good, we then encounter a torture room with enemies named Torturer and Torturer's Assistant, respectively.
Was Jarl Ulfric with you?
It lends me to
No, I haven't seen him since
a little bit of skepticism toward their cause, to say the least, right?
Looks like there's something in this cage.
I'm not going to bother with a shield. Again, I think we're going to go
I'd need that gold
two-handed
once we get
mode
out.
ASAP, so why not? Alright, how do we do this again? Mouse to rotate, W... Oh, mouse to rotate the pick, W to rotate the lock. Try to get them to align. Okay. Oh, first time's the charm.
Let's go.
That was easy. Aha. So we're going to take all of this stuff because if you look at the weight relative to the value, all of this magical gear is very good to sell compared with just like the average soldier's gear, right? And again, I'm not going to min-max by scraping out every possible gold piece that I can out of every single encounter, but we're not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. We'll pick up some robes and some potions and make a tidy little profit off of those. We've got some allies now. Also, guys, in addition to my caveats about the audio and video and my promises to brush them up once I see what's wrong and how they're received, let me know what you like to see for the point of view. Like all the way zoomed out, or over the shoulder like this, or first person like this. And in some places it'll just make more sense for gameplay for me to do one or the other, right? But overall, whatever you think you'd like to see, you just go ahead and let me know. There's the first bow we encounter, so if we wanted to pick up a little archery, we could, but that's not our game. That is not our game. We are a pure warrior. Right now the plan is no magic, no archery, maybe some smithing and enchanting, and we're just gonna go on the front lines, go to war. If I remember correctly, yeah, the arrows have a value but no weight, so we can just freely snake those. Alright, our people are securing the chambers, but we must press on.
Let's see where this goes.
Let's do it. So this beginning of Skyrim I always thought was a relatively cool intro and a...
Push on. The rest of them will have to find another way out.
Ooh, our friends got trapped and left behind. Or left to fight their way out the other way. I always thought this was a pretty cool intro, you know, the tutorial is not totally ham-fisted in the way that they integrate instructions in terms of how to play the game with a story. And you do a little bit of everything here. I'm glad that you get to fight your potentially chosen enemies right away. Ooh, these spiders are awful. But overall, I avoid caves and caverns and dungeons in Skyrim disproportionate to how I otherwise would, simply because it is so nice to be out and about in the great wide world of Skyrim. If you've never experienced that before, I can't wait to share it with you. The world is amazing. The world is so beautiful. We're picking up some frostbite venom and some egg sacs. Things that we didn't think would line our pockets when we woke up in the morning, I'm sure. But you've got to roll with the punches in this life. There's a bear.
Hold up. There's a bear just ahead. See her? I'd rather not tangle with her right now. Let's try to sneak by. Just take it nice and slow. And watch where you step.
And this is where you can learn the sneaking skill, right?
Might take her by surprise. Go
But-
ahead. I'll follow your lead and watch your back.
I think our aspiring Stormcloak soldier Rayloff, or excuse me, Halvar here, is a little bit blood drunk, is a little bit ready for glory. So let's go get the bear. And we get the drop on it. Get a nice quick kill. They can be some tough enemies sometimes, but we'll claim that pelt. And onward we go.
looks like the way out. I knew we'd make it.
Ever the optimist, Rayloff. To Skyrim. To Skyrim. Feels good, man.
Wait!
Oh, the dragon.
There he goes. Looks like he's gone for good this time. No way to know if anyone else made it out alive. But this place is going to be swarming with Imperials soon enough. We better clear out of here.
Yeah, that's how you walk.
My
All
sister,
right, we're
Gerda,
chilling.
Runs the mill in Riverwood, just up the road. I'm sure she'd help you out. It's probably best if we split up. Good luck. I wouldn't have made it without your help today.
Rayloff, the feeling, my friend, is mutual. Although I am a little bit faster than you. So,
You know, you should go to Windhelm and join the fight to free Skyrim. You've seen the true face of the Empire here today. If anyone will know what the coming of the dragon means, it's Ulfric.
I think I just may. It's also funny how he tells us to split up and then kind of, runs along to the same destination that he advised us to go and is talking to us the whole time, but hey, he's been through a lot. We'll cut him a little slack, right? Yes. So just to give everybody the lowdown on the settings here. So I've got effects, I've got master at about medium, so if my voice is too soft or too loud, we can adjust that. Effects are low. I think like the effects can be a little cacophonous. We've got footsteps and voice a little bit higher because footsteps are unobtrusive. Voice we need to hear for dialogue if we're playing a story-driven game here. And then music is pretty high because I love the soundtrack. I listen to it all the time. But again, if you guys have preferences, you want to see some changes, let me know.
I guess you get used to it.
I guess you do get used to it, Rayloff. Such a beautiful world, beautiful landscape. The Guardian Stones, Thief Stone, the Mage Stone, and the Warrior Stone.
These are the Guardian Stones. 3 of the 13 ancient standing stones that dot Skyrim's landscape. Go ahead, see for yourself.
I'm gonna try to take a couple pictures here. I don't exactly know whether it's better to take a picture in-game or with Steam. But I need thumbnail fodder, right? So we just take a picture at the standing stones, taking a selfie at the tourist trap. And of course...
Warrior, good. Those stars will guide you to honor and glory.
Yes. Of course it is the Warrior Stone that we are after here. So all of our combat skills improve 20% faster. That is nice.
Remember, this isn't Stormcloak territory. If we're ahead of the news from Helgen, we should be fine. As long as we don't do anything stupid. If we run into any Imperials, just let me do the talking, alright?
You got it, Rayloff. Ooh. Fighting off a wolf pack here. No big deal. Halvar, I feel, is eager.
Decided to come with me. We're almost to Riverwood.
Yeah, you got it, Rayloff. Halvar, I feel, is eager to reach our destination. Not gonna stop to take the pelts of those wolves, we just press on, and here we are. Good old Riverwood.
Looks like nobody here knows what happened. Come on.
What?
Gerda's probably working in her lumber
It
mill.
was as big as the mountain and black as night. It flew right over the barrel.
See, if I wasn't doing a story-driven playthrough, I'd probably run right to the store and maybe do other things that I remember, but we're with Ralof for now. We're kind of letting him show us around the town. A little bit leery of, again, Imperial territory, as he said. Although we've got the Imperial get-up here, so...
Gerda.
Heard that Ulfric had been captured.
Gerda, I'm fine. At least now I am.
Are you hurt? What's happened? And who's this? One of your comrades?
Not a comrade yet, but a friend. I owe him my life, in fact. Is there somewhere we can talk? There's no telling when the news from Helgen will reach the Imperials.
Helgen? Has something happened? You're right. Follow me. Pod!
Oh, you know what? Our character looks far cooler
Come here a
with
minute.
his hair
I
free.
need your help with something.
So...
What is it, woman? Sven drunk on the job again?
Pod, just come here.
I get like this dialogue sometimes.
What are you doing here?
So if you'll bear with me, I'd like to take our helmet on and off. On in towns and off in the wild. Or vice versa, right? There is no hurry, friends. We're not rushing to any destination. We're just living the life of Halvar.
Uncle Ralof, can I see your axe? How many Imperials have you killed? Do you really know Ulfric's Stormcloak?
Let's
Hush,
just take it in.
This is no time for your games.
Take it in, because we
Go and watch
escaped
the South
Helgen.
Road. Come find us if you see
And
any
life is
Imperial
okay.
soldiers coming.
Aw, Mama. I want to stay and talk with Uncle Ralof.
Look at you. Almost a grown man. Won't be long before you'll be joining the fight yourself.
That's right. Don't worry, Uncle Ralof. I won't let those soldiers sneak up on you.
Now, Ralof, what's going on? You two look pretty well done in. I can't remember when I last slept. Where to start? Well, the news you heard about Ulfric is true. The Imperials ambushed us outside Darkwater Crossing. Like they knew exactly where we'd be. That was 2 days ago now. We stopped in Helgen this morning, and I thought it was all over. Had us lined up to the headsman's block and ready to start chopping.
The cowards.
They wouldn't dare give Ulfric a fair trial. Treason for fighting for your own people. All of Skyrim would have seen the truth then. But then, out of nowhere, a dragon attacked.
You don't mean a real, live...
I can hardly believe it myself. And I was there. As strange as it sounds, we'd be dead if not for that dragon. In the confusion, we managed to slip away. Are we really the first to make it to Riverwood?
Nobody else has come up the South Road today, as far as I know.
Pretty cool.
Good. Maybe we can lay up for a while. I hate to put your family in danger, Gerda, but...
Nonsense. You and your friend are welcome to stay here as long as you need to.
Girder
Let
is
me
down with the
worry about
cause.
the Imperials. Any friend of Ralof's is a friend of mine.
Thank you.
Here's the key to the house. Stay as long as you like. If there is anything else you need, just let me know.
Take gift. Well, I'll take you up on all of that. Seems like some good stuff. Some ale, some cooked beef. A ring of minor health?
There is something you
Whoa.
could do for me. For all of us here.
Anything.
The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever troops he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt.
Thanks, sister. I knew we could count on you.
Absolutely, I will.
I ought to get back to work before I missed, but did anyone else escape? Did Ulfric?
Don't worry. I'm sure he made it out. It'll take more than a dragon to stop Ulfric Stormcloak. I'll let them into the house and, you know, show them where everything is.
Help them drink up our mead, you mean? Good luck, brother. I'll see you later.
Don't worry about me. I know how to lay low.
Very charming. Who's this fellow? Hod.
So you saw a dragon, did you? Tell me, what was it like? As big as a house?
Ooh, this is important. Do we have a little bit of a biting edge in our dialogue? I think maybe we do.
Don't even say such
Maybe you'll
things.
see one yourself soon. Helgen isn't that far
Stays away
from here.
Riverwood. We don't need that kind of trouble.
We've got, as I say, a little bit of maybe like a bloodthirsty streak, a little bit of a dark turn of mind. I am feeling warmly disposed toward this family, though. Gerdur and Ralof.
I'm glad to help any way I can.
I told you my sister would help us out. Just head north. Can't miss it. It's the capital of Whiterun Hold. Jarl Balgruuf still hasn't declared for one side or the other. So at least you won't run into any Imperials along the way.
Alright.
I'm going to rest up here a while before heading to Windhelm. Be careful.
I'm not going to take the LARP so far as to, you know, go sit in the building with Ralof for a while. So, I think what I'd like to do here, I think what Halvar would like to do is stop in here, make some trades, and then head for Whiterun pretty soon.
No thief chasing.
Well, what are you going to do then, huh? Let's hear it.
We are done talking about this. Oh, a customer. Sorry you had to hear that.
That's alright.
I don't know what you overheard, but the Riverwood Trader is still open. Yeah, we did have a bit of a break-in. We still have plenty to sell. Robbers were only after one thing. An ornament, solid gold in the shape of a dragon's claw.
Yes. I could help you get the claw back.
Mm-hmm. Got some coin coming in from my last shipment. It's yours if you bring my claw back. Now, if you're going to get those thieves, you should head to Bleak Falls Barrow, northeast of town.
Bleak Falls Barrow.
Show them. Take a look.
I think this is the classic, like, first standalone kind of isolated quest that you're supposed to do, if I recall correctly. I think we'll stay on the path for a little while. So the plan as of right now, and Skyrim is such an open world that anything can happen, of course. But the plan for now is to go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this claw, and then head to Whiterun and commune with Jarl Balgruuf. That is our plan, my friends. We're going to sell off all this stuff to make some money. We won't need the magic potions. That should be equipped. Sell. And do you have any two-handed weapons to buy? Do not. Anything else cool? I should probably look before I fill up his inventory with all of my sales, right? I don't think anything that we particularly need.
Oh, really? Well, I think your new helper here. Bleak Falls Barrow is just outside of town. I can show you.
Well, I'd be happy if you did. I can't help feeling I should have found a two-handed weapon by now. Oh, you know what?
We have to go through town and across the bridge to get to Bleak Falls Barrow. You can see it from here, though. The mountain just over the buildings.
I see. If you don't mind waiting 1 minute, Camilla.
Are you feeling sick?
I'm gonna check with this fellow here who looks an awful lot like a
Every
blacksmith.
day we get visit. Blades, helmets. Pretty much
Blades, I
anything
like the
to
sound
suit
of
your
that.
needs.
Give me a greatsword. Steel greatsword. I can afford it. It's not like a good use of our gold early, but but who cares, right? Now we feel like everything's okay. Let's equip that. Equip the Ring of Minor Health. Maybe put on the helmet to prepare for our journey.
Whatever you need. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Can I sell anything else? The arrows, sure. Alright, thank you, Halvar.
Right, then.
Let's have a conversation with Camilla as we exit Riverwood. As with a lot of these towns, I'm sure you can tell there's plenty to do, lots of side quests and everything. Halvar's feeling some urgency toward the cause. We're not going to poke around the town too much right now. Are you not coming with? You're not a very good guide, are you?
This way.
Yeah?
Those
I know.
thieves must be mad hiding out there. Those old crypts are filled with nothing but traps, trolls, and who knows what else.
Okay. You seem reluctant, so I think I'll just carry on without you. Onward, my friends, as dusk settles upon the land, to Bleak Falls Barrow. Hope you're having fun. I truly am. I don't remember how to use the map. Okay, there's M for map. That makes sense. Local map. Journal. Okay. Let's put that one on. And then we at least have a general idea of where to go, but I'm pretty sure it's just up this path here. Ooh, okay. Feels good to one-shot the wolf. Oh, it killed a rabbit. I'll take the rabbit's leg so we can say that it did not go to waste. Stamina runs out pretty quickly early on, but more stamina, if I remember correctly, not only gives you more of a stamina bar, letting you run longer and also use more like power attacks in combat. I think it also increases your carrying capacity in your inventory, so it's a nice quality of life thing. Because we're playing story driven, I'm on whatever the default difficulty setting is. It's going to be pretty easy for a while, I think. We can maybe bump up the difficulty to make it more fun, but whether or not we do that, I think stamina early is probably not a bad call. We got some bandits.
Close enough. Now ain't this a surprise? Son of a... Oh!
This what you want?
Oof. Absolutely slaughtered, if I'm being honest. Does that little arrow mean that it's better than what I currently have? Let's compare. Armor, 2735. Technically. Same armor class, but lighter weight. Boots are the same, plus I don't have to look like an Imperial so much anymore. Get to show off the guns, alright. Could have found a two-handed weapon off of that orc, I guess. But, hey, we could have died if we had not. Speaking of dying, I don't remember how to save or quick save with the keyboard just yet, so let's just do that real quick. And see what's up at the top of this here tower. We're getting some true Skyrim weather here. Very northerly place, if you couldn't tell. And lots of snowfall. Which is just another reason I love the world We're playing, it's August right now, and it's too hot outside for me. But autumn is coming, and autumn is my favorite time of year by far. Don't get me wrong, I'm not eager for winter and a lot of snow either, but autumn, I always say that I would take 10 months of autumn every year, and I'm not kidding. You know, give me 1 month of heat and hot sun, sure, I can see the benefit in that. Give me 1 month of, like, true heavy snowfall and biting cold, okay. The skiers will be happy, you know, we've got some things to like about that. It's kind of a magical time of year in some ways. But there's nothing better than autumn. That nice cool weather. Not too hot, not too cold. You can get cozy in some long sleeves, but you're not freezing, you're not sweating. The foliage is beautiful. I mean, what more do you want? The people who don't love autumn, I don't know. I don't know about you. If you don't love autumn, I don't know about you. Anyway, we've discovered Bleak Falls, and it is infested with bandit scum. And we've leveled up. We're level 2. Let's go. We're level 2. Like I said, I think we're going to do stamina first, but I don't know, maybe alternating between health and stamina. And we're probably going to do something obvious to start with either a two-handed or a heavy armor skill. So we can increase our armor rating by 20% and kick off that tree, or increase our damage by 20% and kick off this tree. Let's go on the offensive. The best defense, after all, is a good offense, right? So okay, a steel warhammer seems better than our sword for damage, but I think it has a slower speed. And so I think Halvar prefers the sword, at least right now. We could have just looked while we were in the skill tree. I believe you can specialize in, you know, a little bit higher up the tree in different types of weapons. We'll probably eventually specialize in sword, because I think that's what this character is drawn to, but maybe we won't do that right away, so if we find like an epic warhammer, we can use that without feeling bad. Maybe my volume's too low, I can't really hear what they're saying. Someone is there. Hello. And if you look at how hard we're hitting, we don't need more damage for a slower swing anyway right now. Oh. But we do need me to be able to hit people as they dodge. I should mention, although it's obvious by now, that I am playing vanilla Skyrim, no mods. And I frankly don't know the first thing about modding. I actually, you know, don't even necessarily have my full act together for the basic stuff, right? So maybe over time we can add some mods if you want to see that. My understanding from having just started looking into it is that, you know, you can add mods to an existing game. You don't have to start a fresh character to play with mods. The other thing, my friends, is that Skyrim Anniversary Edition is coming out in a few months, and right now we don't exactly know everything about it, again, from what little I've looked into it, but maybe we'll play some of that too, and hopefully we can continue Halvar's story for that. As always, guys, you can help dictate what goes on this channel, within and without the path of Halvar specifically, so let me know what you think about all that. And again, I don't love these caves and caverns so much. Like, Skyrim is so much more than these. They all feel a little samey. I don't hate them, but we're not going to spend too much time, hopefully, in them. I want to do the open world thing. I want to be part of the war against the Empire. I want to discover new lands, and I want to I don't know, do other stuff, rather than a little too much dungeon crawling. So, if I recall, we've got snake, fish, and we gotta replicate that somehow. Let's just assume they're kind of in order. I'm too dumb to figure out these puzzles a lot of the time. I have like a low... I think I have a high verbal IQ and mathematical IQ, a low spatial IQ. So the puzzles, I'm like, oh, what does it mean? I don't know how it all fits together. But we did it that time, and that was just because I remembered it from when I played this game back in the day, probably. But another reason to avoid the dungeons, right? Pickpocketing increased to 16. I don't know if I'm really going to be pickpocketing people, but sure. Maybe, if needs must, right? We don't want to stay too locked into, like, the forthright warrior archetype. We gotta have some wiggle room for something like pickpocketing. Why won't this thing die? Skeever. Whoa. Some pricey goods there, a scroll of fireball. We'll keep that in mind in case there's, like, a boss fight.
Is someone coming? Is that you, Haknir? Bjorn? Soling? I know I ran ahead, but I need help.
I am none of those people. I am Halvar. Of. We gotta come up with an of. Where is Halvar from? Oh, goodness.
Don't let it get me! Keep it away from me!
Alright, we've got the match. Or more than a match for this giant wounded frostbite spider.
Over here!
You did it. You killed it. Now cut me down before anything else shows up.
Very demanding.
Yes, the claw. I know how it works.
For an
The
elf
claw,
trapped
the
in a
markings,
web,
the
aren't
door
we?
in the Hall of Stories. I know how they all fit together. Help me down and I'll show you. You won't believe the power the Nords have hidden there.
Hand over the claw
Does
first.
it look like I can move? You have to cut me down first.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
It's coming loose. I can feel it.
You fool.
Oh, you
Why
son
should
of
I
a
share
gun.
the treasure with anyone?
Oh, jeez, right in the back. Run through. He's been run through. There's the claw. Treacherous Arvel. Does Halvar really look like somebody to be trifled with? Would you try to just, like, take this man for a ride? I don't think so. I do, confess to a morbid curiosity about this elf, so let's read his journal. My fingers are trembling, the golden claw is finally in my hands, and with it the power of the ancient Nordic heroes. That fool, Lucan Valerius, had no idea that his favorite store decoration was actually the key to Bleak Falls Barrow. Ha ha ha. Now I just need to get to the Hall of Stories and unlock the door. The legend says that there is a test that the Nords put in place to keep the unworthy away, but that, quote, when you have the golden claw, the solution is in the palm of your hands, unquote. Alright, so we'll leave that book with the late writer of the book. I remember that now that I've seen it in the journal. Like, if you actually look at the claw in your inventory, you can see a pattern on it, kind of like the pattern in the puzzle that we solved a minute ago. I think we want to be in first person for this. These tight corners with a Draugr everywhere. Level 3 already? Whoa. Let's go. How rude. We're trying to level up. Is that all? Alright. Little health, maybe. Let's just alternate 1-to-1 health, stamina, until I see reason to do otherwise. And maybe just for the first few levels, we'll similarly alternate heavy armor and two-handed. Yeah, kind of a boring beginning, right? We're not playing like an esoteric niche character, but keeping the skill tree simple allows us perhaps more flexibility in the mid to late development stages. It also allows us to focus more on the story. I think from what I remember of Skyrim, two-handed is the most satisfying, but maybe least skill-intensive or least intricate or interesting combat style. I hope you're all okay with that decision, because Halvar just doesn't feel right without a big two-handed weapon in his grasp. Oh, we dodged those guillotines, or whatever they are. Not bad for our first dungeon crawl here. These are some decked out Draugr. We've got garnets, silver necklaces, plenty of gold to go around. Just to finish giving you the full rundown, this is Skyrim Special Edition. So as far as I understand, it's a little bit better looking than the original would be. It's got all the DLCs that have come out over the years. And again, maybe we'll upgrade to the Anniversary Edition and or to mods as this series goes on, but it all depends on your feedback. If you're liking this, please do take a moment to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share it around, you know. Maybe your friends just like to, you know, have some type of gaming or some kind of narrative on as they do chores or they commute or whatever. I am a great companion for that type of thing, if I do say so myself. All right. Our first chest here. Scroll of Mayhem. Alright, we've got a couple scrolls to access in the event of a boss fight, and spoiler alert, there's usually a boss at the end of these. I think we can expect that. Let's do another quick save. And we're probably coming close to the end of it. Harvest glowing mushrooms. It'd be kind of funny if you harvested all the mushrooms in an area and suddenly you can't see anymore. Scroll of Fireball. So, we're kind of shunning magic for now, but I don't think that means we have to shun the use of scrolls, although, you know, maybe we'll use one if we want to or need to, and depending on how the scrolls treat us, the character's view of them will evolve from there. I pick up some bone meal, but not other bone meals. It's all very scientific. Don't worry about it. Some poor man down here fought a skeever to the death, and now I'm looting his skeleton. What a way to, what a way to go. That's a nice shield. If we were using a shield, I would be pretty, you know, pretty pleased with that, but we leave it behind for the next traveler because it's too heavy to carry, right? Not quite. Not literally, but I've lost my bearings a little bit, but it feels like we're going the right way. Restless Draugr. Yeah. We are going the right way. Mini boss time. Ooh, we're blocking. We're counterattacking. And we're winning the duel. That's a mighty bone meal. We can take that. A slightly harder chest to unlock here. There we go. Ooh. Alright. Bleak Falls Sanctum. I do believe, my friends, we're coming close to the end of the first real quest that we undertake. And that's probably where I'll stop the video, because it's been certainly over an hour by now. And I've been having a lot of fun, but we probably want to keep these in like one to 2 hour chunks, I think. But hey, that's yet another thing you can please give me some feedback on. All I want to do is deliver a fun time. And whatever we've got to do that, I'm here for it. Jeez, I could stand to have a potion here. Taking a few hits, getting a little sloppy. But our health regenerates over time, and, okay, I was gonna say I can't remember if our ring boosts our health overall, or helps it regenerate faster. It is the former. And here we are. So let's have a look, as aforementioned, at that claw. The golden claw. Bear, butterfly, owl. Bear, butterfly, and owl. Are we ready? Well, we better be. The rustling of bats or birds or whatever that is. A nice touch. Very impressive cavern. I would love to go to some of these gigantic underground caverns in real life. Must be such an interesting sensation to be that far underground, but in a kind of wide open space. Word of power learned. Force, unrelenting force. Alright. Because I played this game before, I'm gonna go ahead and equip that, because I remember it being... Oh, I can't use it yet anyway. Okay. Yeah, we need a dragon soul. Sure. Here's the boss man. I'm gonna loot the chest first, in case anything matters. It does not. Alright. Oh, not even close. Not even close, Overlord. See you later. Dispatched with consummate ease. So in Skyrim, when you see something with weight 25, value 0, and a unique name, I think you should probably pick it up, even though nominally it's like, hey, this doesn't do anything, and it's heavy, and you can't even sell it. That probably means it's useful in a quest, right? Just in case anybody was wondering. But we find some decent stuff here, and We've got the claw, of course, to bring back. And we're on our way out. If I can stand in the right place, that is. There we go. $50 gold. We see an altar with some flowers and a skull on it. I think Halvar is maybe a little bit too superstitious to disturb that altar, so out we go. Bleak Falls Barrow has been cleared, my friends. And it's night, a misty night in Skyrim, as we overlook this cliffside, this little pond or lake. On this cloudy eve, I guess I will bid you farewell. So thank you very much, my friends, for watching. I hope that this was entertaining for you. If you're a Magic player, a Magic viewer, I hope this is an acceptable change of pace for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I have been feeling the urge to play a different game besides Magic for a really long time. My computer now allows me to not only play them, but to record them decently, and I thought, why not share it with you? Again, as I said at the beginning, if you're a brand new viewer, thank you very much for choosing to click on this channel. I hope this was a fun one for you. And yeah, guys, that's about that. So I'm going to go ahead and take the helm off here of Halvar, who had a very nice debut. Maybe we'll get a nice picture here for the thumbnail. I don't know if we're going to use the ones with Ralof and his family or this. This could be a cool thumbnail. Let's just see. Good to have options, right? Good to have a wealth of options. Anyway, guys, thank you very, very much again for watching, and I'll see you for Chapter 2. Have a great night. I will talk to you soon.